الكريم مدد يا رسول الله مدد يا سادة أصحاب رسول مدد يا مشاهد الدستور ولا شاء الله فعز ساشا محمدا كان مدد طريقتنا الصحبة والخير في الجميع بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ولكل شيء سببا صدق الله العظيم. Allah Azze ve Celle her şey için Allah Azze ve Celle her şeyi yarattı.
Allah Almighty is the creator of everything.
Yaratan Hallak.
He is Al-Khallaq, He is the one who has created everything and He is the creator.
Yaratıcı demek Allah Azze ve Celle'dir.
The creator, Al-Khallaq, is Allah Almighty.
Her zerreyi, her şey.
He is the creator of every being. He is the creator of every single atom.
Allah Azze ve Celle yaratmış kainatı, Allah Azze ve Celle dünyayı, ahireti.
Allah Almighty is the creator of existence. He is the creator of this world, and He is the creator of the hereafter. He is the creator of the universe and of every single being.
O yarattı.
He created it.
Azameti akla sığmaz insanın.
His greatness and His majesty in creation cannot be fathomed by human mind.
Allah yarattı da bazı insanlar, cahil olanlar Allah Azze ve Celle için kötüleri de yarattı.
Allah Almighty is the creator of everything and He is the reason why people exist. Yet there are some people who question the creation of Allah Almighty and ask why this or that creature has been created.
Şeytanı ne için yarattı?
They ask, why did Allah Almighty create the devil?
Fareyi, sıçanı ne yarattı?
Why did Allah Almighty create mice or rats? They ask.
Biti, sineği.
Why did Allah Almighty create lice or flies?
Ne yarattı? Kötü insanlar ne yarattı?
Why did Allah Almighty create bad people? They ask.
Zalimler ne yarattı?
Why did He create oppressors and tyrants?
Ahkam keserler.
Thus they question Allah Almighty and criticize Allah Almighty and object Allah Almighty.
Allah Azze ve her şeyi sebeple yarattı.
Allah Almighty has created everything based on the wisdom and for a very specific purpose.
Sebebi nedir?
And what is that purpose?
İyilik yapmak, kötülük yapmak.
The purpose is to distinguish between good and between bad.
Bazı şeyler iyi yapsın diye yaratmıştır Allah Azze ve bazılarına da kötülük olsun diye.
And everyone in creation and everything in creation has a certain purpose and duty, and that duty and purpose resides in either doing good or doing bad. And thus there are creatures, things that do good, and on the other side, things, beings that do bad.
Bunlar ne için olacak? İmtihan için.
And why did Allah Almighty create things this way? Why is there goodness and badness? So that we may be tested.
لِيَبْلُوَكُمْ اَيْكُمْ اَحْسَنَ عَمَلًا diyor Allah Azze ve Celle. Gökleri, yerleri, her şeyi yarattı Allah Azze ve Celle.
Allah Almighty is the creator of the earth and of the heavens.
Onu sizin imtihan olarak.
And He has created all of this for us to be a test.
Bu kötüdür, kötünün arkasına gitme.
And He created badness for us to distinguish and recognize badness, so that we may not go after badness.
Şeytanın arkasına gitme. Şeytanı sen onun arkasına gidersin diye yaratmadı.
He created the devil, He created badness, so that we may not follow the example of badness. He did not create badness or the devil so that we may follow him.
Ondan kaçasın diye yarattı.
He created Shaitan so that we may run away from him.
Ondan kaçtıkça merteben yükselir.
And the more we run away from Shaitan, the higher our spiritual ranks will become.
Kazanırsın.
Then you will be winning.
Onun peşinden gittikçe yaparsın. Fareyi sıçan ne yarattı?
And the more you run after shaitan, the more you will lose. Why did Allah Almighty create mice and rats?
Hastalık olsun diye.
They cause illnesses, diseases.
Sebebi bütün hayatı gene aynı şekilde.
Why are there lies? Again, for the same reason.
Onların sebeplerini Allah bilir gene.
And Allah Almighty knows the exact wisdom and purpose of why He created things.
Ama akıllı insan bunu görür.
But a person with a mind realizes that there is a purpose and a reason behind things, and there is goodness and badness for us to realize what is good and what is bad and to make a distinction.
Bu kötüdür. Bundan uzak duralım.
This is bad. Stay away from it. We must recognize.
Bunu tüketelim. Buna yanına durmayalım.
We must shun what is bad. We must take sides with what is good and stay away from what is bad.
Bunlar temiz olalım.
We need to be good and clean.
Dikkat edelim.
And we need to pay attention. This is what we need to say.
Hem dünya için dikkat edecek.
Thus we must pay attention when it comes to our worldly being.
Dünya için dikkat ediyor işte.
And people pay attention when it comes to worldly affairs.
İnsanlar şey yaptı. Veba çıkarttı. Onları akıllar insan ondan sonra akla geldi. Onları temizlesinler diye.
For example, people realized in their worldly beings that bread caused diseases, they caused the plague, and then they took measures in order to avoid the plague, and they realized what they did wrong, and then they strived to lead a life in a much more clean state in order to prevent the plague.
Sinekti, sivrisinekti, onların da başka bir türlü hastalıkları var.
Or people realized that flies or mosquitoes may cause diseases.
Onlardan temizlesin diye, bu zahiri olarak.
And then people accordingly took measures in order to prevent such diseases.
Manevi olarak da kötü insanların peşinden gitmeyin de onlar da.
Accordingly, we must take measures in order to prevent badness to occur, to prevent harm to occur for our spiritual beings, and thus we must take measures to stay away from bad people or badness that may cause harm to our spirituality.
Gösteriyor. Onların peşinden giden helak olur.
Those who go after bad people will be ruined or destroyed.
Dünyada da bir şey kazanmaz.
They will not be gaining anything in this world.
Ahirette de bitmiş olur.
And in the hereafter, they will be in a ruinous state.
Şeytan peşinden giden.
That is the outcome of those who follow shaitan.
Cennete gitmez, cehenneme gider tabii.
Those who follow shaitan will of course not go to paradise, they will go to hell.
Ondan uzaklaşan onların cennete gider.
And those who distance themselves from shaitan and stay away from him will of course stay away from hell and will enter paradise.
Makamı âli olur.
And they will increase their spiritual ranks.
Onun için her şey bu dünyada itiraz etme. Bu ne için oldu Allah?
Do not object, criticize Allah Almighty's creation.
Azze ve Celle'nin işlerine
Do not interfere with Allah Almighty's affairs.
Karışmak, itiraz etmek adamı tehlikeye atar.
It is very dangerous to interfere with Allah Almighty's affairs, to object or criticize Allah Almighty's affairs is a very dangerous path.
İmanını gider. İman gidince
it is a path which leads to the loss of faith.
Küfür gelir.
And when you lose your faith, disbelief will enter.
Onun için dikkat etmek lazım.
Therefore we need to pay attention.
Şimdi gene de aynı şekilde bazı insanlar büyük peygamberimize saldırır.
There are people who attack, slander everyone and do not have respect, not even before the great prophet, peace and blessings be upon him.
Sahabelere saldırır.
They slander, attack, criticize, object the companions of our beloved prophet. May Allah Almighty be pleased with them.
Saldırır.
They criticize, attack the sacred family and descendants of our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, and may Allah Almighty be pleased with them.
Onların da işte vazifesi insanları yoldan çıkarmak.
But again, this happens on purpose, and the purpose of badness and of bad people is to lead people astray.
Onlara karşı gelenler, onları dinlemeyenler kazanmıştır.
However, by not listening to those bad people, by opposing bad people, you will be winning.
Öyle insanlara da Allah'ın iradesi olmuş, onlar öyle yaratılmış dediğim gibi.
And everyone has been created in a specific way with a specific purpose, and this is how they have been created by Allah Almighty's will.
İyilerle kötüler sebeple yaratılmış.
The good ones and the bad ones, they both exist based on a wisdom and on a purpose.
Burası dünyadır.
This world is a place of test. It's the dunya.
Her şey olur.
And everything happens in this world.
Kendini koruyacaksın.
And we need to take precautions and protect ourselves.
Nasıl insan savaşta kendini korur, saklanır, eder.
And just the way one takes precautions and shelters oneself during war,
müdafaa eder. Aynı şekilde
the same way we need to defend ourselves and take shelter
bu insanlardan, bu kötülerden
from bad people and from badness.
Uzak durup onlara karşı iyi insanlarla beraber olup
we need to stay away and distance ourselves and shelter ourselves away from bad people and seek refuge with good people.
İmanınızı kuvvetlendirmek lazım.
And to strengthen our faith.
Allah hepimize yardım etsin.
May Allah Almighty support us all.
Kötülerden olmayalım.
Do not be with the bad ones.
Kötü insanlarla, kötü şeylerden olmayalım.
Do not be with bad ones, bad people, and do not be with badness.
İnşallah her şey ahir zamanda olduğumuz için.
We now live in the end of times.
Kötülük çok.
And the number of the evil ones and the magnitude of evil has increased.
Kuvvetlendi.
And evil has grown stronger.
Çok insanları yoldan çıkarttı.
And evil has led many people astray.
O çokluktan bir şey olmaz.
But that amplitude and majority does not mean anything.
Azınlık daima hakta olan, hak yolunda sabit olan.
The ones who will prevail are the ones who take sides with the truth and who are steadfast in following the truth, even if their numbers is few.
Kuvvetli insanlar var Allah'ın izniyle.
And by Allah Almighty's permission, there are those few people who stand by the truth and who do not deviate from the right way.
Manevi olarak, maddi olarak inşallah.
And they stand firm and take sides with the truth, both spiritually as well from a worldly perspective.
Onlar kazanacak inşallah.
And they are the ones who will win and who will prevail by the permission of Allah Almighty.
Allah ve min Allah tevfik. El Fatiha.